Today we are doing a walkthrough, split level home, upstairs, downstairs, but no crawl space underneath, a daylight basement. It's built on a slab foundation, no room for ductwork underneath, but custom ductwork can still be done, and that's what we're here to show today. So we'll look at the air handler here, the electric furnace. We're actually below ground level here, so we have a condensate pump that will pump the condensate outside in air conditioning mode from the coil. It's an upflow configuration, so return air is coming back through the filter, clean air goes to the air handler and then goes through the supplies, two different supplies. Like we were talking about before, the house is upstairs, downstairs, and the downstairs is a daylight basement. So this supply comes off of the top of the air handler and goes up through a bedroom closet upstairs, and we'll go take a look at that. And then the supply for the daylight basement part of the house is right here, and it goes through that wall and into the bedrooms of the daylight basement. Manual damper on top here controls airflow to the daylight basement. It's pretty simple, not complicated. Just you can damper the air down depending on heating, cooling, and temperature in the daylight basement compared to upstairs. So return air comes back from the upstairs with this ductwork, and it comes down in the other side of the closet, comes down and back to the system. And then a return duct for the daylight basement comes back from downstairs, comes back and ties into the return, and then comes back to the unit, and they both tie into this pipe, and return air, supply air. It's a beautiful thing. This is ductwork installed, but not finished. All the mastic, everything is sealed, so that when this gets sheetrocked in, all the ductwork inside the sheetrock soffit will be sealed. The supply vent comes into the closet, and then this is the last room on the run. So there's the register where the air blows out into this room, but then we turn the corner to get the living room, and there's also a manual damper on here. Right now it's wide open, but you can damper the air down into the living room, as well as damper, use the main damper that we looked at to control airflow into the entire daylight basement. So from here we just piped out into the living room. The daylight basement has a long hallway, so we put the return air vent at the end of the hallway to draw air full length of the basement. Okay, so we're working our way upstairs. So this is the main return for the upstairs. Draws air out of the hallway into the closet that we're going to look at, but it draws air out of the upstairs and back through the system, through the return pipe, through the filter, and then back through the air handler as clean air, heated again and brought back. This is the supply ductwork from the garage. This is the supply, and it goes all the way up into the attic, and then we use the attic to do all of the upstairs supply vents. And also, in addition to the main return, we put a smaller return in each bedroom. So what a smaller return does is, if the bedroom door is closed, it still draws air out of the room back through the filter, cleans the air. So if your system is on and you're supplying the air, you're pressurizing the room, you have a return vent that's drawing air out. So the more return air out of different sections of the home, the better. The system is run by a Honeywell thermostat. There's also an outdoor sensor installed out by the heat pump that tells the thermostat what the outdoor temperature is. So this thermostat will always prioritize the heat pump over the heat strips. The heat strips are actually locked out above 30 degrees outside temperature. So pretty easy to operate thermostat. It's the little brain in the whole outfit. This is the heat pump that is connected to the air handler in the garage, and I might be biased, but I think Rude equipment is the best looking equipment on the market. The point of today's tour is to show there are applications available in difficult homes. This one, it's probably degree of difficulty for install is probably a 9, but it's possible. It's done. The homeowner loves it, and it just needs to be known that we have this capability. We have the ability to install ductwork. There are gas furnaces that are 97 and 98% efficient. There is high efficiency equipment available that operates with ductwork. Ductless is not the only answer these days for high efficiency equipment or high efficiency heating and cooling in the home. So that's the point of today's tour, and we're going to take a look at what is possible and show you what we can do.